Welcome back here live from GoPro Motorplex. This is the IAME USA Grand National Championship presented by Hunt Brothers Pizza. Want to give everybody an update here. Tyler Wettengel was checked out by the on-site medical team. He is okay. He's got another race to go here. In fact, we'll be hoping to get in a word with him here in just a few moments as our Caleb Smock has stepped out of the booth here for just a second. The mini swift class has also gone onto the racetrack here, so we'll go green with the mini swifts, and then we'll cut down here onto the grid. I believe we should be able to get a word with our Tyler Wettengel. He'll be able to talk to us here again. He's got another race coming up for the X30 Pro division. Was able to walk out under his own power. Again, a hard hit, but luckily just damage to the go-kart. He seems like he is A-OK. Was able to turn down medical attention, so no problem for Mr. Tyler Wettengel. Let's go over your starting lineup for the mini swift class. Oscar Iliff and Enzo Vidmontian are going to make up the front row. We go back to row number 2. It'll be Oliver Weldon and Carson Weinberg. Row 3, Kai Johnson, Vivek Canthan. Row 4, Davin Roberts and Jack Iliff. Row 5, Isaac Malcutt and Cash Perkins. It is a 26-driver field making their way around. Tyler Wettengel, again, he is A-OK. We'll be back in the kart hopefully later on today for the X30 Pro class. Again, we've got a lot more racing still to come, and a good sign from Tyler. He's ready to get after it. Let's take a look here. Down on the field, Caleb Smock ready to go. Looking, will we get the green? Not this time. No green, first time by for Oscar Iliff and Enzo Vidmontian.
Yep, these drivers, they've had a little bit of a problem out this weekend, getting a little broke up when they come down for the start and then get themselves spread out. It's not really what you see. You want to see nose to tail in the tram lines, lined up beautifully. Looks like they have to send around one more time.
Yeah, we'll send them around once again here. Again, these drivers a little bit slow there as they got going, so we'll send them, give Oscar Iliff a chance to try and lead your field to the green one more time here at GoPro Motorplex. That'll give us the time here also to go back through the rest of the starting lineup. We go back beyond your top 10. It's Jackson Wolney, Asher Rockstein make up row number 6. Diego Ardiles, Wesley Gundler, row number 7. Devin Waltz and Max Christie will start 15th and 16th. Then it's Ethan Lennon and Beckham Tupacov. Moving to the edge of your top 20, it's Felipe Jesus Bonito and Carter McMurray. Moving back there to 21st, it's Austin Warner and Hudson Schwartz. Then we go back to Drew Waltz and David Ramirez, Wyatt Downing, and Caleb Lanter round out the 26-driver field for the mini swifts. 16 laps here on the boards. Oscar Iliff, Enzo Vidmontian getting set to go racing here for the field. And again, they look nice and slow as they work their way out of turn number 9. Great shot of these 8 to 12-year-old drivers getting set to go racing here. The mini swifts will lead us out. Then it'll be time for the X30 Pro Juniors to make their way onto the racetrack. And then the X30 Pro Seniors for their pre-final. That X30 Pro Senior pre-final will feature both Will Power and Austin Cindric in the booth here to call the racing with us. All of that coming up here over the next 40 minutes or so. Then there's a small lunch break. Then we come back in the afternoon at 2 p.m. with main event action here from GoPro Motorplex for the IAME USA Grand National Championship presented by Hunt Brothers Pizza. Here they come down the front stretch. Iliff's got his hand in the air, letting them know to be slow. Now they're on the accelerator. We're green down to turn number 1, and mini swift is underway. Iliff gets the lead. Little bit sideways for Oliver Weldon with a shove from Kai Johnson. They'll go to second and third. From third and fifth on the grid as Enzo Vidmontian slots down into fifth behind the Nitro card. I believe Davin Roberts up there into the 4th spot in turn number 4.
They're now coming out of the bull. You can smell it on the main stretch. Smells like clutches were burning. Fantastic start. Everyone trying to get the jump. No one really dove down to the inside too quickly. As we said before, Iliff, Vermontian, Weldon all up in the front. Looks like Weldon may have fallen back a couple of spots as they make their way down into the hairpin once more. Side by side for the lead. I believe that is Vermontian now falling back into the 4th spot, getting shuffled way back down through the field as they make their way out of turn number 9, heading towards the complete lap number 1. 15 more laps to go. This is quite a long pre-final.
Oh, no problems for Oscar Iliff. His hand in the air. Your pole sitter is out in the pre-final. Oh, no. Terrible stuff for the Iron Rock Motorsports Tony Car driver. He has had such a good weekend. Just came out of turn number 9. I don't know if he had a mechanical issue or what, but the older Iliff brothers, brother Jack competing inside the top 10 as well. Oscar Iliff is done here early on lap number 1. Again, what a great weekend it had been. He'll still have a good spot to salvage for the main event about mid-pack or so with an outside shot to get up front, but that now changes things drastically. Your leader is Oliver Weldon. Enzo Vidmontian is second. Kai Johnson third. Right behind him is going to be Davin Roberts in the 4th spot and Carson Weinberg into the top 5 there, P5 for Carson.
Iliff going out may have helped Weldon for a couple of laps, but coming out of the little chicane into the double left-hander of turns 5 and 6, looks like it bunched up the field.
We got an issue there in turn number 9. We'll see if we can get a shot on it. That was Max Christie getting shuffled wide, I believe, in the Magic. No, it was one of the comp card entries, getting shuffled way wide out of turn number 9. Back up front, though, like you said, Enzo Vidmontian, your leader, just got by Oliver Weldon.
Oliver Weldon now is falling back through the field. He is now under attack once more. I believe that's from Kai Johnson now trying to work his back bumper as they head up towards turn number 3. We got a fantastic shot of them snaking their way down to the bowl once more. Vermontian up on point, Weldon in P2, but right now Johnson is going to possibly sit it up on the inside. He's trying for it. Not enough room to get it done.
Davin Roberts just lost the 4th spot that time. Carson Weinberg on the move up into 4th. Good run there as they go through turn 6. And a little bobble there from Weldon. I'd be very surprised if Kai Johnson doesn't go for the move here in turn 8. Here he goes. He saw the mistake. The driver makes a mistake in front. That's a sign. You need to go by him, and he did. Through turn number 8, Kai Johnson, 8 years old here, one of the youngest drivers legally allowed here to enter the Mini Swift class, into 2nd. Great run for the Privateer Kart Republic driver. His father, Obi Johnson, was one of the big donations and sponsors of last night's X30 Pro event with his Cure for Prostate Cancer charity. Threw out $1,500 added to the $5,000 winnings for Paulie Massimino. Huge thanks to Obi. He is a huge supporter of karting, and his son, Kai Johnson, doing a great job. He's up to 2nd now as they go down the backstretch, just ahead of Oliver Weldon, who is going to push him up to the Benick driver. Enzo Vidmontien, the Brazilian-born, now resides down in Miami, Florida, leads the way here in the Benick.
Vidmontien had a great lead going for him for the first couple laps. Now he may be slowly under attack. Johnson was able to get around Weldon. Now he is trying to close the gap up drastically. Weldon is trying to follow with Carson Weinberg in 4th. Hot on the case of Weldon. Making their way out of the hairpin, heading towards the double right-hander of turn 9. It is still going to be Vermontian out in front. I believe that is now going to be Weldon now trying to make a move on Johnson. Johnson still trying to hustle that car and to close back up to your leaders. This time they're coming across the line. We got one more lap in the books, and it is just now starting to pick up. Still plenty of racing left to come with these longer pre-finals.
Definitely a lot of racing here to come as they work their way up the hill here. Enzo Vidmontien doing a fine job at the moment, kind of keeping everybody at bay as they work their way down the back straightaway. Great run here for the 195. Johnson will pull up in the draft that time, so he'll keep it close as they all the way work their way on through.
Vidmontien now is going to possibly be under attack here because Kai Johnson has got Weldon in his back bumper, closes up the gap. Now within about a half a car length now, that is striking distance heading down to the hairpin. Look for Kai Johnson possibly make a move. No, he is going to stay backed off. He pulls out just a little bit more than Weldon did. Weldon now has got all sorts of help from behind. He is now closing in on Johnson. This is all fantastic news to your leader, Vermontian. The more the battle happens behind, the more of a buffer he is going to get. Making the way out of the last corner, it is now going to be in the rearview mirror. Here comes Johnson, and Weldon now close on the case.
Weldon right there here, over 300 viewers watching online for the IAME USA East Grand National Championship presented by Hunt Brothers Pizza. Down the back straightaway here this time. Vidmontien still your leader. Kai Johnson is 2nd. Oliver Weldon 3rd again, still single file. Seems like they're going to tame it up here a little bit, and they are hanging on there in the Mini Swift class. We've got a few drivers here that are making their way over to the grid for the X30 Junior Pro class. We'll send our Caleb Smock here and Aaron Hackmeister, our cameraman, maybe to go check that out while the Mini Swift class continues to roll here at the moment on the racetrack. So 10 laps to go this time. No passing in the lead. They might ride this way for a little while, so we'll see if we can talk to some of our top drivers. Carson Morgan and Justin Ataconis have made their way to the front of the grid. Maybe we can chat with them a little bit before they get underway. Carson. As they work their way around here, we have, again, a great run here in Mini Swift for Enzo Vidmontien, continuing to show the pace. Up the hill towards turn number 3. We're working our way down the backstretch here. I've actually got Carson Morgan, our pole sitter for the X30 Junior Pro class, joining me up here in the booth. We'll switch on over here, take a look. Carson, talk to me about your race weekend so far. Both classes seemed like we talked earlier in the weekend. The KA was good. The X30 needed a little more. Now the X30 looks like it's pretty good.
Yeah, we made some big changes last night to the X30 car, and, it worked out in the warm-up. The warm-up felt really good. The car's been struggling in X30. But minor mistake here in the hairpin and the KA pre-final, which set us back to 4th. But we should be good. Both cars feel really good now, and hopefully we'll see what we got for this pre-final.
Should be pretty entertaining here. Entertaining as well for the mini drivers as they're watching. You're watching here just as we are. Let's switch back to the on-track action here for a moment. Give you guys a quick update, then we'll go down to the grid. Enzo Vidmontien still leads. Kai Johnson 2nd. Oliver Weldon 3rd. You can see that pack goes all the way down to the OTK at the end. I believe that's Vivek Canthan in the Mike Doty Racing Cosmic. 7 drivers. Vivek's teammate, next class up in the X30 Junior Pro class, Justin Ataconis, is down on the grid with our own Caleb Smock.
Gosh.
See that leader just hit the curb through there in the middle?
No doubt. Yeah. No doubt there. Little issue there. We're going to try and get that sorted here with Radiconis. As, you mentioned, hit the curb there.
Yeah,
and Kai Johnson. Good move there for Kai. Enzo Vidmontian back to second, and Oliver Weldon, he's going to get shuffled to the weeds. Does that look a little bit like what happened to you there, Carson?
Yeah.
Oh, man, Weldon even popped off the rear bumper. That was Davin Roberts ahead of him in the Nitro. Let's see them come down the front straightaway this time here. We'll look at him. Wide shot coming. Kai Johnson, the leader here. Enzo Vidmontian is second. Again, third on the racetrack now is Davin Roberts. Oliver Weldon fourth. Isaac Malkut's up to fifth. There goes Vidmontian for the lead. Trying to get there. Oh, he's through, and they're three wide.
Kai Johnson. Oh.
Davin Roberts to the lead on the bottom side. No, that's Carson Weinberg.
Johnson goes to P5.
Kai Johnson all the way down. Carson Weinberg to the lead there out of turn number 4. He'll lead the pack. It's getting crazy up front. 8 to go still. Let's go down and check in with Justin Anaconis and Caleb Smock. I believe we've got our issues sorted.
Yeah, we're down here with Justin Anaconis. You're starting up towards the front. You've been in the pack all weekend long. You're starting right next in the front row. Tell me, mentally going into this, what do you have to do?
I think pretty much just got to survive because it sets up good for the final. Just want to start up front for that because that's the one that really matters. But I'm just going to try and stay up front, stay up maybe second, maybe get to first, but it's my goal.
Now, with the way how it's set up, with the 50% of your starting position coming from this race and the other 50% coming from the previous 3 heat races, do you think you're going to be a little bit more tedious as to be trying to push it into the gap, or are you going to try to sit back and just maintain a good starting spot?
Just going to play it by it goes. Just kind of, if I see a gap, I'll go. If I don't, then I'm fine to start in the front row again.
All right, there it is. Justin starting onto the outside of row number 1 for your X30 Junior. Back to you in the booth.
Back over here in the booth here with Carson Morgan. We're watching this battle. It is all changed up. Kai Johnson, while we were away, got bottled up there in turn number 8. He has now been dropped from this pack just a little ways. Carson Weinberg leads. Davin Roberts second. Enzo Vidmontian third. Oliver Weldon is fourth. Vivek Canthan is fifth. Isaac Malkut is fifth. Again, our pole sitter for X30 Junior Pro, Carson Morgan, joins me in the booth. He's going to be able to stay here with us till the checkered flag. We're coming to 6 to go this time by. Carson Weinberg in the Nitro leads. Look at Weldon. He's going to take Malkut to the inside as he defends for fourth, and Malkut goes ahead of Canthan back for fifth. So good change there, Weldon, and that'll break the packs up again, Carson, but they're still close. One pass for the top 3 brings them back into it.
Yeah, they're all really close right now. You know, it's probably like a 6 or 7 cart field for the win right now.
It's super tight here, and again, Kai Johnson, he's not too far back. He is still close if you can get a couple of good laps together. Unfortunately, the marbles on the tires messed him up a little bit. And again, Kai Johnson, super impressive. He's a lot like you, Carson. Moved up into the mini class at 8 years old. You moved up super, super early. It's why you're still here. And oh man, even more shuffling there. Look at that. Vidmontien's gone. And so is Davin Roberts. Big lead for Carson Weinberg.
Yeah, that sucks for Davin Roberts. He's leading most of this, but they were back and forth. Hopefully Kai Johnson can get back up there. He has a lot of speed right now.
It is all breaking loose here in the mini Swift class. As we were watching, that was Davin Roberts again getting together with Enzo Vidmontian in turn 8. Big time lead. Carson Weinberg commands the field. 5 laps to go. It is a 7/10 advantage, but you know it just as well. The class below you, the mini Swift class, Carson, big time drafting window. Davin Roberts, Vivek Canthan, if they get hooked up, they're not far. They could easily run Carson Weinberg back down. As they go through turns number 5 and 6 here, headed over through the infield section. They have already cut down 2 car lengths. The Nitro teammates there. Weinberg is a chassis teammate. He's running as a privateer this weekend. Then it's Davin Roberts under the factory Nitro team tent. And then Vivek Canthan in the Mike Doty Racing tent. All 3 drivers coming together. None of the 3 of them started on the front row. They're all up 3 or 5 spots. It is shaking up the field big time in this pre-final here for the minis.
You see Kai Johnson, you know, if he hooks up and they start battling, he may be able to catch up.
Yeah, he's only a second back. You're right about that, Carson, but he's only got 4 laps to get there. He needs them to fight now. And right now, Davin Roberts just got to the bumper of Carson Weinberg, and he pushed him. So they've still got about a second back to Kai Johnson, who actually has Isaac Malkut starting to bear down on him and has gone by in turn number 1. So Malkut now into 4th, and we'll see. They are lined up 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Malkut, Iliff, and down to Wesley Gunler, who's up 7 spots into the top 7. You can see them at the end of your screen there. There's Enzo Vidmontian in 8th. Unfortunate there for Vidmontian. He ended up the worst out of the incident with Davin Roberts, down P8, but he still should have a good spot for the main. Now, back front, we've got a lapper coming in potentially into play as well. That is just ahead of your leaders here. We're coming to 3 to go. Is that going to play a factor? How nervous do you get when you're leading the pack and you see a lap driver coming right up to you, Carson?
You know, it can be pretty interesting depending on who it is, and, you know, especially when there's 2 other drivers. Oh, the lapper just pulled off the track.
Very nice there in the lap traffic.
Yeah, it can get really interesting really fast, especially on the right track. Like if you get them in the wrong spot, second place could pass you easily.
It gets really, really interesting there. You mentioned interesting. This is a race. It's always fun to watch here. It's going to be super fun to watch. We've got 3 laps left. 3 drivers in the lead group. The downside is they gave up 0.3 of a second to the pack behind them last time by. Actually, half a second. Isaac Malka to 54.3. Carson Weinberg 54.8. One more lap maybe or so. Oh, they're right there. Malkut's there. The Kart Republic teammate of Kai Johnson's there. 2.5 to go in the hairpin. Carson, where do you want to be with a pack this big?
I would say leading, because anything can happen in mini, just like we saw in the middle of this race. They kind of bundled up in this hairpin right here, and they all broke up. But you see Kai Johnson came back in it because a couple passes can change the whole race. But I think leading's the best spot, honestly, right now.
Well, let's see it. Here we go. That would put Carson Weinberg in the catbird seat here trying to hang on. Levi Canthan's going to drive Isaac Malka to the grass. Malka still wants to go. He'll get through. Kai Johnson's going to get through as well. They'll climb the hill. Good run for Johnson as they go down the back straightaway. Big time lead there now. It looks like for the top 2, Carson Weinberg and Davin Roberts headed to turn number 4. They're hooked up into the bowl. Big gap back to Malka. What a run for Isaac Malka. He's up 6 spots. He is moving up. This is his, I believe, 2nd national race in the mini class. Super impressive out of the 75 machine.
Oh, yeah, that's really good.
As they work their way here, 1.5 laps to go. Again, we'll go down on the grid, talk to a few more of our X30 juniors in just a moment here. We've got Cameron Weinberg waiting. His brother Carson, he's watching currently on the racetrack as they change for 3rd. Kai Johnson's back in it. Look at that. Jack Iliff, his older brother Isker, had a problem on the first lap. Jack, how many spots is he up? He's back up a couple. Terrible starting position. Up about 4 from where he started. And white flag this time by. Here they come.
Ooh, big contact coming in the last one.
Oh, man. That's all back for 3rd and 4th. The top 2 are gone. It is going to be Carson Weinberg versus Davin Roberts. Kai Johnson, if anything happens, if they both wreck,
Kai Johnson
he's
can catch
there,
up
man.
Easily here.
He could be really
That's
close
what I was
here.
saying. See, one thing happened. Now it's a 2-car breakaway. It's a 2-car race. So we could see, who the better racer is if Carson Weinberg can block him off for the last lap, get this pre-final win.
It could change up big time here. 1/2 lap to go. We'll call it all the way to the finish. Carson Weinberg. Davin Roberts, again behind them, 7 or 8 tenths back. You find 3rd place on the racetrack. And again, that is Kai Johnson. Now, Weinberg defends a little. Roberts not able to get by. Let's see it over to turn number 9. Maybe a last lap move. He's right there. He can do it anytime he wants to.
Yep.
But he doesn't know if Carson Weinberg covers it off.
Close here.
He's close. Let's see it. Final turn, pre-final. Weinberg going to run the normal line. Roberts will push him. No change there. Carson Weinberg, I know you're disappointed there, Carson Morgan. But Carson and
what
Carson
did I say?
there.
First place. There we go. It worked out for him. I think his teammates, they just want to keep a 1-2 finish. Don't crash,
Definitely a smart run. And again, both of them made up spots. This is still a points game. You know it as well as anyone else.
Yeah.
You've still got to finish good. This is not the big show. You don't want to throw it away for second when you've already made up 5 spots in Davin Roberts' case. Kai Johnson ends 3rd. Jack Iliff 4th. Isaac Malkin 5th. We're going to let Carson Morgan leave the booth here for just a moment. Carson, want to wish you best of luck. You've got to get suited up.
Yep.
You've also got another driver suited up on the grid. Carson, good luck leading the field to the green.
Much.